What is the best stock market investing strategy for 2018? My name is Hamish Hodder, and today we're going to talk about the three main investing strategies, which are growth investing, value investing, and blend investing. And then I'm going to tell you which one I personally use and why it is the best by far for compounding your wealth long term. If you're new around here, we talk about investing, entrepreneurship, and other personal finance topics all the time, so make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the awesome content coming out in the near future. Leave a like if you enjoy the video, but for now, let's jump into it. Let's start by talking about growth investing, which is by far the most popular method used by millennials, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But first, what is growth investing? So essentially, growth investing is where you invest in businesses that are expected to grow their earnings at a rate that's higher than the market average. Growth investors are focused on maximizing their capital gains and will often be willing to pay higher valuations and higher prices because they expect their earnings of the stock to grow rapidly and therefore the stock price to grow rapidly. These companies are usually new companies. They usually have only been public for less than 10 years, or they're an older company that has recently changed their business model. Some of the hottest growth stocks at the moment include Amazon, Facebook, and Adobe Systems. There are a number of positives and negatives that are associated with growth investing. For starters, if you pick businesses that do grow as you expected to, the returns can be huge. Growth investing is popular among millennials because they tend to have a higher tolerance to risk and will not be hugely affected if their investments go bad. They're usually investing smaller amounts in the market, and they usually have a long investing horizon in order to recover losses in the market. However, because risk is a function of price, and because many growth stocks are priced well above their earnings, they come with a huge risk. If the business doesn't grow as investors expect, then the stock price can fall dramatically. So while it may seem like growth investing is great because the returns are great, but the returns tend to be great in the short term, and over the long term it's very hard to keep a high rate of return. Next we have value investing, which is the method used by Warren Buffett and many other successful investors. So what is value investing? Value investing is where you invest in businesses that are priced well below their true value, which is also known as intrinsic value. Markets are often irrational. So when everyone is making huge profits and all the companies are doing very well, more people enter the markets and it pushes prices to irrational highs. And in the same way, when there's a lot of fear in the market, when there's a recession, everyone's leaving the market and it pushes prices to irrational lows. And it is in these times when prices are irrationally low, whether it's in a recession or a certain industry is feared or something like that, it is at these times that value investors will start to buy stocks underneath their true value. When the bad news is over, investors will start flooding back into the market and prices will return to rational levels or even go to irrational highs. And this is where value investors can sell their positions and make a profit. Again, there are positives and negatives that are attached to value investing. For starters, over the very long term, a business's stock price is generally very closely aligned with its value. So if you're able to buy a business below its value, you're almost guaranteed to see a profit. However, the tricky part is valuing these businesses. It's not easy. In valuing businesses is a very subjective task, and many investors use different numbers in order to come up with valuations, and therefore they would come up with different valuations for the same businesses. And it's also possible that if you're investing in value businesses that aren't growing, that over time their value will go down. So at the time when you're buying a stock, you may be buying it at a discount, but 10 years down the road, if the value has dropped, you might have still overpaid for that stock. So that leads us into blend investing, which is the method that combines growth and value investing. Peter Lynch is one of the most successful investors of all time, and he was one of the initial people to start using this strategy, which is known as GARP, growth at a reasonable price, which is supposed to be a combination of growth and value investing. So what is GARP investing? GARP investing is when you buy businesses that are undervalued, which is a feature of value investing, but you also buy businesses that have strong and consistent growth potential, which is a feature of growth investing. And if you're able to execute the strategy accurately or efficiently, then you will be able to avoid the extremes at both ends. You will be able to avoid the extremes of value investing and the extremes of growth investing. This, in my opinion, is the best strategy because it mitigates the negatives of both value investing and growth investing. Growth investors have to pay really high premiums on stocks because they're growing very quickly, whereas GARP investors will only invest in stocks that are growing consistently at an undervalued price. So even if a business doesn't grow as expected, you're still likely to see a profit because it's as if you're buying a dollar for 50 cents. On the flip side, one of the biggest problems with value investing is that the value of those businesses can go down over time, whereas GARP investors are investing in businesses that have had strong and consistent growth over 10 years. And not only have they had strong and consistent growth, the growth has also been growing. So the 10-year average might be 10%, the 5-year average might be 15%, and last year's growth was 20%. So it's being ramped up every year. And essentially, businesses that are growing in this way and consistently are very, very unlikely to go from that into negative growth. It's if they satisfy the other things that we need, which is low debt and economic moat and a high ROIC, which I talk about in my other videos. This is the strategy that I talk about most on this channel, and it's basically the whole purpose of why I started this channel was to teach people how to use this strategy and implement it. I have a playlist which is called Low Risk Stock Market Investing, and if you're interested in learning how to use this method of combining growth and value investing, I suggest you check that out. There is a lot of in-depth content teaching you exactly what are the aspects of GARP investing and then how you can apply them when doing your own research. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something about the different types of investing styles that you can use and which one I think is the best one to use and which one you should use going forward into 2018 and beyond. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss out on any of the awesome content that I'll be bringing out in the near future. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.